Hi, and welcome to What's New in Vectorworks Spotlight 2011. During the last year, our development team has created a quality set of breakthrough features that are second to none. As a result, you'll enjoy a vastly improved set of tools that'll help you realize your design vision faster and easier. Throughout this presentation, we'll be showing a few different projects and workflows to showcase the power and flexibility of the new features in Vectorworks Spotlight 2011. Improvements and additions that continue to make Vectorworks Spotlight flexible, versatile, intuitive, and smart. So let's jump right in and have a look at the best of the best. One of the first things you'll notice is there's only one selection tool. This can only mean one thing. Now, more than ever, Vectorworks is a true 3D modeling environment. All of the functionality of the old 2D selection tool and the 3D tool have been combined into one. Looking at this image, for example, a typical 2D plan, but perhaps there's a better way to explain this 2D view. Notice when we go to an isometric view in 2011 that all hatches, text, dimensions, gradients, and solids can now all be displayed in 3D. But wait, there's more. Much more. Last year we emphasized the use of working planes, so let's take a look at how our new 2D, 3D environment responds to working planes. Here we'll set up a working plane from a simple 3D object, and with one simple mouse click we'll place the planar objects on the working plane, just like that. Here's a section drawn through a theater using 2D geometry. In combination with working planes, we can use another tool, the push-pull tool. This is the protrusion tool that's been renamed to reflect the new ease of use of this feature. So let's take a closer look. We'll zoom in on the balcony area and create a 3D version of this 2D geometry quickly and easily. Notice how that in 2011 we can show the 2D geometry in isometric view. It's easy to pick faces and pull them out to the required thickness. You can do this on the fly like we're doing here, or you can use the heads-up display to draw accurately. Like I mentioned, we use planar views to help explain a project. Well, here's an improvement to the extract tool. Notice how the entire face becomes highlighted upon selection. And now, once that surface has been extracted, watch this. Oh yeah, we can now hatch the surface. And here we can use our new Quick Preferences options and a few working planes to create this view of our drawing. Like I said, notice how text, dimensions, solids, and gradients all respond to being set on the working plane. Just imagine the possibilities. So now let's create a few focus areas on the stage. We'll do this by using the new Even Divide command. This will be a huge time saver. We start by creating a simple rectangle, and then we run the new command. We'll enter in that we'd like 10 even sections. So now we have our 10 areas that need to become focus points. No problem. We'll insert a focus point to the center of each newly created rectangle. While we're here, there's some really nice improvements to the focus point graphics. Now you can select different text options and choose from a library of default content, and of course, you can customize and add your own as well. In Vectorworks 2011, when you rotate or move a lighting position, your lighting devices are no longer left behind. As you can see, I can move and rotate the position in any way and the lights are still attached. In 2D, lighting devices can still be set to the angle of your choosing. However, in 3D, when assigned to a focus point, lighting devices will now automatically track the movement of their assigned point, and their 3D rotation will be automatically updated. So if I move the focus points these lights are assigned to, notice how the devices change accordingly in 3D. The same is true if the beam is shown along with any accessories. Now, when switching back to top plan view, the rotation angle set in the object info palette is used for each lighting device, but the beam will still point to the assigned focus point. We've even improved how focus points behave when working with design layer viewports. Here, the lighting position and lighting devices are referenced from another layer, and the focus points are on the active or model layer. In previous versions, the focus point had to be placed in the same layer as the lights. But now in 2011, the focusing of the lights is done in relation to the rotation of the design layer viewport and the placement of the focus point on the model layer. So let's edit the design layer viewport and turn on Draw Beam. Notice the beam is focused in relation to where the focus point would be if it were on this layer. So now let's return to the model layer, and you can see the beam is now focused on its assigned point. Again, if the focus point is moved, the beam updates too. Additionally, these lighting devices from the design layer viewport still display properly when rendering a view. Here, both the light and shutter are displayed properly. And now that we have a lighting concept, we can explore the implications of some of those decisions in a sectional view. Well, do we have a tool that will make your life easy? Introducing Design Layer Section Viewports. Now you can place section viewports on your design layers. This will really help with sightlines and working with complex set pieces. Okay, moving right along. So now that we have our lights in the drawing where we want them, let's take a look at the spreadsheet. A small improvement, but long-time user wish, enable both alpha and numeric sorting in our worksheets. Now we sort numbers correctly. For example, Unit 8 will appear after 7, not after 79. Since we're looking at the data side of Vectorworks Spotlight, let's take a look at the continued support of the paperwork program, LightWrite. With 2011, we've added 2 important features that'll make the Vectorworks LightWrite relationship even stronger. Now, when a light is added to an existing light position, Vectorworks will auto-number the instrument for you. Also, now in LightWrite, you can set the selection state of lighting devices when you update remotely. Moving on to some event planning features, let's take a look at a corporate event planning project. Now with Vectorworks 2011, the seating section name, seating count, seat number, and seat numbering can be shown on your drawing. In addition, there are now expanded default content symbols for your seating areas. You'll see more chairs and tables in particular. Let's turn the seat count and seat number options on here in the Object Info palette. This will make planning that next event a lot easier. We've improved our text editor in a number of ways. How many times have you had a set of drawings with inconsistent font sizes and styles? Well, now this can be cleaned up quickly. You'll be able to change and update fonts as easily as symbols. In fact, the solution is the introduction of a new type of resource in Vectorworks called Text Style. These resources help to manage your font sizes, styles, and colors, and just like symbols, name them as a discrete text style and save them in the resource browser. To use this feature, either select a text style from the Object Info palette or simply drag and drop a text style onto a text block in your drawing. Hey, that's pretty quick. Editing a text style? No problem. Remember, text styles behave like symbols. So once you change the color and size, all the text updates to the new style. An additional text editing feature is Perfect Preview text editing. We're taking the guesswork out of your work. With Perfect Preview option, you'll see exactly how the text will be placed and printed after you're done editing and before you print. And here's yet another solution for a long-time wish list item. You can now fully justify your text. Just select that option from the pull-down in the Object Info palette and you're done. And now here's one that's sure to please, scalable symbols. Now we'll select one in the drawing and apply a scale factor to it. Notice how the original symbol is unchanged. We can also rescale symbols on the fly. Once again, notice how the original symbol remains unchanged. But now let's say we want to get in and edit the original symbol. No problem. Edit it as usual, and all the symbol instances associated with that original symbol, regardless of size, will update. Oh, now that's very cool. If you make frequent use of hatches today, then you're going to love the new tile fills. Now any planar object can have a fill added. Here I'm going to edit the backdrop for this event. You can see that this is very interactive and has some wonderful possibilities. Okay, so I've saved one of the best for last. As you probably know, Renderworks in 2010 allowed you to produce some very nice renderings, as you can see here. But many of you asked for more. You asked for faster rendering capabilities, and you asked for higher quality, more realistic images. And you wondered if it could be made easier to use. And so we thought, why not? So after hearing your requests, we didn't just improve the old rendering capabilities. We started from scratch with a whole new rendering engine, Cinema 4D. Now Renderworks is better than even we thought it could be. Here, watch this. The speed's obviously there, in this case about 5 to 7 times faster. And the quality, yes, it's there too. And you'll be surprised at the improved control of both shaders and light. As I said earlier, and I'm sure you'll agree, the development team has been hard at work this year, and it shows. Vectorworks Spotlight 2011 is loaded with some really exciting new features that are sure to make your design experience easier than ever.